Now, once you have those 5 things set on your enlarger, you're ready to get set up to do the actual exposure for the enlargement, to do the test strip. So again, I have my red filter under the lens, okay? So I have a piece of well, this isn't photo paper. I have a piece of 5x7 computer paper for the example, but I cut it down to 5x7 so you could see about what size it is, okay? It's the size that you got at the very beginning of the year when we gave you all of your photo paper. You should have pieces in your photo paper bag that are this size, okay? Now, for the test strip, however, remember you never want to use a full piece of paper to do a test strip because you'll go through your paper quite fast if you do that. So we're actually going to cut this down a little bit. So remember, in the drawer under the enlarger, in the drawer on the right, there is this trimmer. And we're just going to cut the piece of paper in half so that it will, you know, we can maybe have a piece of test strip paper for each of our 2 enlargements. So I'm just going to set this up. I'm just going to put this right across the middle, okay? So it's going to cut my 5x7 in half long ways, okay? Close that down. Remember that you have to push the blade down on these in order to cut. Oh, it's a little stuck, okay. Push that down and bring that down towards you to cut your paper, okay? And then you have 2 pieces. You can use one for each of your 2 enlargements, okay? Again, you're gonna be enlarging 2 of your photos to make them 5x7s. So put this other piece of paper away to save that for your next enlargement, but make sure that that is put away so it doesn't get exposed as we're doing this. And then we're going to put this into the easel. Now, when you're doing a full 5x7, like I mentioned with your easel, and I have another piece of paper cut here to 5x7, when you're lining up your 5x7 in your easel, okay, like I mentioned, there are these pegs across the bottom, 2 on the bottom, 2 on the side, okay, so you will line up your 5x7 in there like that, and then carefully close that down, and again that will hold it flat and do the and leave the nice white border around your picture, okay? When we're doing the test strip, you're going to just put that strip, that half sheet, either across the middle or wherever your subject may be. If your subject is down towards the bottom, put it down there. If it's up towards the top, put it up there. Otherwise, put it right across the middle, okay? And we'll just close that down. And then you can use your cardboard to make the test strip. So again, like all of our other test strips, we're gonna cover up everything except for about 1 inch. And again, you don't need glass. We're just gonna take the cardboard right across the top of the easel, okay? So I'm just gonna cover up everything except for about 1 inch. And again, I already have my contrast filters on. Again, that's important to have those on when you go to do your test strip. So I'm all set to do the exposure. So first thing I want to do is turn off my light. So I hit focus. I'm going to move that red filter out of the way, push that off to the side, and then hit run. So that will do the 2-second exposure and turn itself off. Then I'm just going to bring that down about another inch and hit run again. And I'm not going to do that each time, but you can, you know, when you do that, you'll do another 2 seconds, another 2 seconds, another 2 seconds, and then take it off and do 2 more seconds. So you should get 5 or 6 strips on there, okay? And then you'll take that out and go develop that same way you've been developing. Again, since it's a test strip, you do not have to wash it for a full 5 minutes. Just put it into the washer. We don't want to don't bring it out, you know, stinking of fixer, and don't squeegee off the fixer. You do want to rinse the fixer off a little bit, so you can either use the eye wash or put it in the water wash for like maybe just like 10 seconds, and then squeegee it off and bring it out to us. We'll help you determine what your time should be, and then you will come back in and take a full 5x7, setting that up the same way, but with a full 5x7 this time, and exposing that whole piece for whatever time we determine based on your test strip. Again, with your test strip, don't just bring it out and hand it to us. Take a look at it, see if you can figure out based on your times, you know, your lightest end is going to be your 2 second, end, okay, and then you're going to have one for 4, 6, 8, maybe 10, 12, depending on how many strips you did. So take a look at it and see if you can determine which one you think would be the best exposure time, and then get feedback from us on that so we can help you kind of start to make those decisions on your own. So once you are finished, and if you haven't finished, first of all, if you do a test strip and don't have enough time to do the final, remember you always want to write down the height of your enlarger, okay, where that is set, which enlarger you're on, what you have the contrast set at this time. You want to make sure you record that, as well as double checking your aperture and making sure that that is set where you think you have it set. Okay, so record all of those things so the next time you come back in to do your finished enlargement, you can have everything set correctly and everything is consistent. Okay, that is it for making your enlargements.